2025. Yeah, I said this time last year that I'll be making a video this time next year, which is now this year, whatever. Um, which is going to be last year. Last year tomorrow. I said I was going to make a video very similar to the one I made in 2024. Just a year later. So I'm going to do that again this year. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes. If you notice, TV ain't on that wall anymore. Couch is there. TV's now on this wall. Obviously, I've already shown many times. So, you know, just a kind of just a thing, and obviously new figures. You know, you got the Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, and you got the Gromit Funko Pop. I actually think this is actually from. This could be from that short. They have Crypto. Home. Take me home. Obviously there's been a lot of changes because the entire room has been done up in the past year. But it was still, carpet was still there. Oh shit! So the video I made a year ago, that is officially a year old. It's my graduation photo. Yeah, but the video I made a year ago is, and then I got these socks, which oh sorry, 1 second. All these horror characters on it, right? Chucky, these both versions of Pennywise, right? And then you just randomly have, where is it? You randomly have Fred Flintstone. Where the fuck is Fred Flintstone? Oh, he was there a second ago. There's Pennywise. It's both versions of them. Yeah, he's there. What the fuck? Like, anyway, yeah. But all of this, this year, has been pretty shit. I've said that, but I made a video this day last year, and I mentioned that I'd be making a video this day, which is I mentioned this day last year. So yeah, and then I'll be making another video similar to the one I made last year and the one I made this year, which is now next year, which is tomorrow. Next year's tomorrow, which is weird because, as I said, I made a video the first day of 2025. And now I'm making a video the last day of 2025. And I also made a video the first day of 2024 and the last day of 2024. I can't remember if I did it for the other years, but anyway, I did the Happy New Year video, and I talked about some of my New Year's resolutions, and I also done that, that'll be a year ago tomorrow, because it's now midnight, which obviously technically tomorrow is the 31st, but I'm saying tomorrow as in when it, is New Year. The New Year's resolutions that I originally had. So, that I mentioned on the first day of 2025, and that I mentioned on the last day of 2024, which is obviously the day before the first day of 2025, which was this year, obviously. I mentioned those resolutions in both of those videos, and I didn't stick to all of them. I stuck to a few of them. Didn't stick to any of them. Not that that made no sense. I didn't stick to all of them, but I stuck to some of them, and to a degree, I kind of followed through with some. We'll see if I stick to ones this year. Some of them are actually going to be the exact same. When I say this year, I mean 2026. I mean, some of them are going to be the exact same. So, first, I guess, New Year's resolution I'm going to make, which I will mention in the Happy New Year video. I'll do a Happy New Year 2026 video as well. I did actually have a diet for a while. I said I was going to eat healthy and drink healthy because I watched the video recently. I forgot I said that, but I watched the video that I made at the very start of this year, which is a year ago tomorrow. Always weird to think that I said the same thing last year, but I did stick to that for a while. Oh, I actually, you know what? I did stick to that for about 6 months. January up until June. I think January toured up until June. And unfortunately, I fell off. Tried to get back on it, fell off. Tried to get back on it multiple times, the diet, and then eventually, around November, I was like, look, October, November, I was like, look, I'll just, like, around Halloween, oh, it's Christmas. I was like, right, I'm gonna just forget about it and have this as my New Year's resolution, one of my New Year's resolutions for next year. Other thing that I said I was gonna do was I was gonna do more movie reviews, and I did actually stick to that. This year, I did actually stick to that to a degree. Now I didn't do as many as I wanted to, and I didn't finish off the ones that I left. I said that are like 2 years, almost 3 years now. you know, it's funny. I started my Scream 6 review when Scream 6 came out in 2023. Scream 7 is literally out in 3 months. 6, 7. Oh, fuck. Anyway, I also did my Scream 5 review when that came out. But I'm going to try my best to just get these sort of videos out there. Because I remember when I came back from Scream 5 in 2022, I reviewed it. And then with Scream 6, I started a review. My friend rang me and I just hadn't finished it. So I'll try do what I originally intended to do for my Scream 6 review, which was the thing I done for my Scream 5 review, and review it and get the whole video out the day I see it. So I'll do that for Scream 7. But yeah, so I didn't. I definitely did more movie reviews. I did. The worst year for movie reviews was 2024, which was last year, which will be 2 years ago. By the time you see this, not the actual. Yeah, just certain parts of the year will be 2 years ago. But 2024 was the worst year for movie reviews. I barely did any of them, and I didn't finish parts of them. And I definitely did stick to the New Year's resolution. Because if we look at from January up until December, I'm just gonna rattle off a bunch of movie reviews that I did this year. Donnie Darko, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Ballerina from the World of John Wick, Jurassic World Rebirth, Thunderbolts, Karate Kid Legends. So like so many fucking movies I reviewed this year. Now I have half of them on Blu-ray. Final Destination Bloodlines. Like I definitely reviewed a lot more stuff that came out this year, which is my plan for next year. So yeah, I wanted to review 28 Years Later when that came out back in June, and actually the sequel to that's out next month. It's insane to think that, because earlier this year I went to the cinema and 28 Years Later was playing, like the trailer for that was playing. And then we saw that, and then a few months later, going to cinema, the trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple was playing, which is mad that there was ads on TV for both movies this year at different points of the year. But yeah, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. So yeah, that'll be out next month. But oh my god, I don't actually have a lot of time. But I'm going to rattle off a few of my New Year's resolutions for this year. I think I didn't stick to all of them. I didn't do some of the interviews that I said I was going to do and all this. So hopefully I stick to them. So I plan to do even more movie reviews than I did this year. I'm going to try and plan to review most of the films in my collection. If I could review all of them, I would. And I will review all of them at some point. But 2026, I'm going to do a shit ton of movie reviews of movies in my collections. I might do certain months, themes, Halloween videos when it comes to October, Christmas videos when it comes to Christmas and of next year. Which will be tomorrow, will be this year, which is weird. Anyway, Hangout Show Season 3 will start in the new year. I'm gonna try be on season 5 or maybe 6. I'm not saying the other word by this time next year, and we'll have Christmas live streams similar to there will be another Christmas season of the Hangout Show like there was this year, unless something happens, which knock on wood it won't. Um, as I said, 2025 was shit. I'm gonna manifest the 2026 will be a better year, the best year ever. Um, yeah. So I hope to do my interviews this year as well, and or 2026, and like just review. I'll get more into some more New Year's resolutions because the New Year's video I done last year was the shortest one. So see if I can make it longer, but I don't know. But I plan to do movie reviews of films that come out in 2026 and just other reviews and finish off franchises that I started reviewing. I might start the podcast thing I'm gonna do, and I'm also hoping to get the short films out. We are doing another short film, hoping to get that out. So yeah, that really is it. This year, I cannot wait for it to be over. I mean, I enjoyed Christmas a lot, but this year was a bad year. It was a really bad year, and I just want to have a fresh start 2026. Hopefully we'll have a full circle moment because 2016 was one of the best years of my life, and hopefully 2026 will be too. But 2015 was a great year, but 2025 was not a great year. But 2005 was alright, 2006 was great. 2016 was great. 2026 will be awesome. So yeah, I also plan to get a girlfriend this year. Because I have been single for nearly 4 years. Well, not nearly 4 years, 3.5 years. But yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys later, and bye. Shut the door.